All right, Coach, midway through prep, I know we sort of glazed on Loyola a couple days ago, but what stands out now that you've really gotten to dig in on them here a bit?
Well, their goaltender is very, very good, and we're going to have to take good shots on him, well placed. And the defense, they do some zone defense along with man-to-man, so we've got to be ready for that. And obviously Spencer and the rest of the offense are pretty darn good. He may be the best player in America right now, so it's a real challenge. Nick Mellon's going to be on him. He's done a terrific job this year, and that should be a great matchup to watch.
Yeah, with that matchup specifically, talking to some other guys in your defense, it sounds like they believe in Nick in this matchup. How much does that help out the rest of your guys?
It does. They have a lot of confidence in what he's been doing all year round, and I think the fact that now they can focus a little bit more on their own man and not leave open people if Nick's able to do his job.
You mentioned their goalie, Jacob Stover, and this team. There's a lot of veteran guys that have played a lot of tournament games. I think it's going to be Stover's 7th career NCAA tournament start. How much does that weigh into a game like this, where you guys maybe dipped their toe in the water last year, but these guys have a lot of experience?
Yeah, it's a concern. We've got to go out and just play our brand of lacrosse. It's not going to hurt if we win some face-offs against these guys, give possessions to our offense, and make them play defense. But they do have some experience there, and he's definitely a strong point in the goal. So we've got to get high percentage shots at him, and they've got to be placed well.
Kind of like Cornell, this team has 3 guys that can hurt you in any which way. But you guys have had success against teams like Cornell and Hobart. What's the key to being able to shut down a team that has so many options?
Well, against a team like Cornell, we had a lot of possessions off of face-offs, and this guy's pretty good for Loyola. He's right around the 50% mark. So we want to go out there and get as many possessions. We want to get after him with our wings, especially if we double pole. And we've got to get the ball to our offense as much as possible. And against Cornell, their offense had to watch a lot of lacrosse. It'd be nice if we could do the same thing on Saturday.
What about the goalie makes him so effective? I remember Nate said he's a pretty big guy who stands tall in net.
Yeah.
What have you seen from film about him, and what does he do well?
Yeah, he makes saves. He's very good high. He's decent low. He's got a big wide stance, so sometimes you can go 5-hole on him. But I think it's his experience. I think he's seen some of the best shooters in the country for a number of years now. And we've got to, like I said, we've got to get high percentage shots on him.
Is there any way you play a guy who stands wide differently, like trying to make him move more because he's going to have a harder time moving around when he's so wide? Or
normally when they're wide, their step is you can only step so far. Right. If your feet are closer together, now you can step a little further out. But he's done such a good job of covering up the goal, and with a wide stance, especially if you're not shooting directly at him, he tends to cut down the angles pretty well because he is so wide. And as a result, there's not a lot of goal to shoot at.
So really got impetus on taking good shots and not rushing offense.
Yes.
For you guys.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? Have they been sort of taking that message in practice?
Oh yeah. I think we started adjusting, right around the Duke game, and valuing our possessions there. Especially, they have a good goaltender, so the possessions are important. But if you get a high percentage shot early in your offense, early in your shot clock, then we'll take that.
So just take the good shots 100%.
Yes. Yeah.
So much of the focus has been on Pat Spencer, but they have a Kevin Lindley or a Chase Scanlon that can hurt you. What have you seen from the two of them that complement Spencer's game?
Well, they're a little better Dodgers. I think Scanlon is an excellent finisher. He's a box player by trade. So those guys, normally they're used to shooting on a smaller goal. So they get in the field game and they get to shoot on a 6x6. They're pretty good at it. So you want to limit his opportunities. And the other guys have turned into a pretty good dodger for him. So we can't just think about Spencer the whole time. We've got to stop him from dodging.